I think just to recap really quick, we were talking about the naturalization ceremony and how after losing her AirPod, Todoe had experienced God's love for her. So we want to do a part 2 of the story. I wanted to be able to share my own story about what my thoughts on the naturalization process was, and so that'll be today. After the naturalization ceremony, a bunch of us had gathered. One of my friends, she was saying that she also went through the naturalization process a few years ago, and she was talking about how people there, they were crying.
There was this beautiful video that played. The woman that sang it, I remember, it made the whole ceremony. Like, well, yes, it was nice. Everything else was great, but that woman's voice, it was amazing.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't cry though. Did you?
Yeah, I didn't cry, but actually I didn't think about it, but I did notice people kind of like wiping their eyes and things like that. But until my friend, talked about it, I didn't think all that much about it. But as we were talking, we were like, oh, it must be because maybe some of them are refugees and they've gone through a lot up till that point. And I mean, I don't think that I've suffered too great of a suffering in my life, but it was about 14 years or something like that since our family stepped our foot into US, and just been a long time. We've been through a lot, and it sure wasn't like an easy path. And I was really thankful just at the ceremony, just remembering all the ways that God has been faithful to our family and just all the ways that He's brought us thus far. I think there are definitely probably a lot of other people who might be refugees who are probably, who came to US because the place that they were coming from weren't safe or things like that.
Do you remember when you moved to the US? Were you old enough to remember?
Yes, I was like in 5th grade. One thing that I noticed about America was that everything moved a bit slower. Not to be offensive, I think it's a good thing sometimes. Like, it's more chill because Korean culture is very like pali, which is like hurry up, and like everybody moves so fast. But here people even walk slower.
That's really funny because I thought the exact opposite moving here from Zambia. I thought America is very fast-paced.
Dang.
People don't have time for anything, and
Wow.
It's really quick.
Korea is a very fast-paced country, so not to cut down on America. I think it's one of the greatest assets though, like to be able to enjoy life and take it a day by day. I think that's a great strength, so I'm not complaining. But that was one thing that I noticed, and took me a little while to adjust to that. I think another thing that I noticed was there's a lot more like nature available. It could also be, again, I'm from a big city in Korea, so that could be why, but I really liked it here.
Maybe you'd like it a lot more in Zambia.
Maybe.
Slower pace and a lot of nature.
Yeah, I'm
Visit
waiting.
Zambia, everybody. It's great.
Yeah, I'm waiting for her to take me there. We took a bit of a side, but yes, it was really moving, and we were thinking about how, some of those people, they might have come as a refugee seeking a place of comfort, of protection, and a place where they can be safe. I was thinking about that because I think actually the United States is a very strong country. I would say that. Because of its strength and its prosperity, it is a safer place to be. I mean, there's tons of countries that are having war. There are countries where there isn't freedom. Of course, not to say it's perfectly safe, and I know there's a lot of things that go on in US too, but just this idea that as refugees seeking a place of refuge, US provides that strong name that's able to provide protection and able to protect them from other things. I was thinking about how God is a place of refuge, and that's something that the Bible talks about. A highlighted passage in the Bible that kind of talks about that is Psalm 46. It talks about how God is our refuge and He is able to protect us from all things, and that we can be secure in Him and go to Him in all times.
Yeah, because no one's gonna go picking a fight with God.
So in a way, God is a place of refuge for us. And I thought a lot about David. Actually, some of the favorite books of the Bible is 1st and 2nd Samuel. It's an epic book with a lot of adventure, a lot of thrill. It talks about David's life, and he is one of the people. I mean, how would you describe David's life, Todoe?
He was a man on the run, like constantly running away from something. If it wasn't from Saul, it's from his son, or like something is always chasing him, and boy did he not know peace.
I was thinking about how amidst all of those times, David seeks God as his refuge. He seeks God's name, he prays, and he looks to God to rescue him. And you can see a lot of that in like a lot of the Psalms, half of which is written by King David. God has been a place of refuge for me too. Would you say the same?
Oh yeah, definitely. God has been a place of refuge for me whenever I go through hard times, whenever I'm experiencing something that feels way beyond my ability to cope or my ability to handle. God is the person that I run to personally, and he is that refuge for me, that place where I can hide, that place where I feel safe.
I think especially with like coronavirus and things like that, we're finding that there's not that much things in this life that can give us security. We're
Not
pretty
money,
fragile.
not health, just
Yeah, even a good system can fall. The best one to rely on is God. The best one to run to is God. I hope that you also would experience God as your place of refuge, just like David did.
thanks for sharing. That's all we had this week, and hope you guys can join us again next time at The Yellow Couch. Bye.